What's up, guys? This is Alex Van Houten, bringing you another informational episode of the Defining Dad Bod podcast. I'm excited today to talk about a really hot button topic, supplements. What you need to know about supplements. This is hugely important. First disclaimer I need to put out there in the world is I am not backed by a supplement company. There will not be any commercials in this podcast about a specific supplement you need to take or recommendations that you need to implement immediately. This is about what you need to understand about supplements in your personal health and fitness. The other disclaimer that I need to make before moving on is that I am not a doctor. I have 12 years in the fitness industry. I am certified through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I am a personal trainer, behavior change specialist, performance enhancement specialist, and corrective exercise specialist, and perhaps a little bit of a research junkie. So, that being said, I hope you find this information that I put forth useful, but it's not meant to be used to treat any sort of medical issues or in place of the advice from your medical doctor. So without further ado, let's jump in. What do you need to know about supplements? Well, today we're going to cover a philosophy called supplement minimalism. Then I'm going to put the cards on the table and talk to you about my personal supplement list. Then we're going to talk about how supplements can't stand in for nutrition and exercise. They are a supplement, go figure. Then we're going to talk about the quality versus quantity in the supplement world. How do you know what is worth taking and what you might as well save your money on? And last but not least, we're going to talk about where you can go to find more research, actual scientific research compiled on supplements so that you can make intelligent decisions for yourself. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the first thing I want to talk about is a supplement philosophy called supplement minimalism. I don't know if you Google that if you're going to find what I'm about to talk about. It's something that I've developed over the last 12 years of working with clients. So hang with me here. Supplement minimalism is the idea that when you start a training program, you change something about your exercise, you shake up your homeostasis, you're going to be in a stage called the alarm phase. We'll talk about that more in a second. In the alarm phase, your body needs an amazing amount of resources in order to start adapting in a good way. And that being said, this is the period of the program where supplementation may be a very important part of getting what you want out of your exercise program. Mainly because it's very difficult to make consistent changes to nutrition and lifestyle, but it's not nearly as difficult to make consistent changes to your exercise program. I'll give you a for instance. If I say, hey, go to the gym and do cardio 3 days this week. And you say, Alex, what do I do? And I say, I don't care. Just go and sweat for 30 minutes. I don't care what you do. So you go to the gym 3 times this week and you sweat for 30 minutes and you go, okay, great. That wasn't too bad. I was a little sore, but it felt kind of good. That's not a huge deal, okay? You have 3 things you need to mark off this week. You need to remember to bring your gym shoes. You have to bring a change of clothes. You have to make it to the gym or hit the trail or whatever it is that you do for that 30 minutes of cardio. Not a big deal. But if I say, hey, I need you to get to bed at 10 p.m. tonight and wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and I need you to get 7 servings of vegetables in your day every single day for the next week, then implementing that is way harder and way more challenging for most people than actually getting to the gym 3 times this week. It's been my experience that getting 7 servings of veggies every single day this week means going to the grocery store once or twice more than usual, means prepping those veggies, means cooking those veggies, means stomaching those veggies, eating them before they go bad, that kind of stuff. Getting to bed at a decent time often means getting your spouse on board with the new bedtime, often means shutting off Netflix an hour earlier than usual, often means changing your bedtime routine so that your body is ready for sleep at 10 p.m. Nutrition and lifestyle changes take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and take an immense commitment on your part to being consistent with those changes before you ever see any results from those changes. Whereas for exercise, as soon as you do a week of 30 minutes of cardio, if you haven't been doing it, or an hour of weightlifting if you haven't been doing it, or whatever it is, as soon as you make that change, you enter what's called the alarm phase, and your body starts demanding more resources in order to adapt to that change. And so, supplement minimalism is the idea that in the very beginning of a program, supplements are very important, so that while you get your exercise program under wraps, you get the adaptations that you wanted to get from it without having to wait 6 months while you change your nutrition and lifestyle to match. Supplements can fill that gap for you. The other part of supplement minimalism as a philosophy is that after you've gone through the alarm phase and you've gotten your nutrition and your lifestyle to match what you need in order to make exercise adaptations, then my goal as a professional is to reduce the amount of supplements that you take considerably so that your lifestyle and your nutrition are providing everything that your body needs to adapt to your normal daily life and maintain homeostasis. This is a very important philosophy to me because when I was a kid, my first experience with supplements was I had a instructor and a mentor that I really looked up to, and I went to eat dinner at their house one night. I was pretty young, probably 7 or 8. And with dinner, he pulled out this basket of like 30 different herbal supplements and proceeded to, one by one, take every single supplement that was in that basket, saying that some of them helped with vitality, some of them helped with aging, some of them kept you from getting sick. I'm not really sure. All I know is that even as a child, I remember thinking, well, if you're taking 30 of those, how do you know if any one of them is doing you any good? And when I was a kid, I saw Space Jam, which if you're a 90s kid, you remember when Michael Jordan put water in a water bottle and gave it to Bugs Bunny with the label Mike's Special Stuff. And when the Looney Tunes drank that, man, they got all buff and stuff, but it was just water. It was inside them the whole time, which is a child's first exposure to the placebo effect. So supplement minimalism for me is a philosophy that allows me to use supplements in an intelligent and scientific way to help clients through the alarm phase and through the phases of change of lifestyle and nutrition so that exercise can still be beneficial, still be adaptive, still be powerful, but I'm not using supplements in a way that's going to require my client to have a basket full of 30 things when they're 60 years old at the table mentoring young kids on how they need to take ginkgo, otherwise they're going to end up with the flu today. So there's my philosophy when training clients for supplements. I hope it makes sense to you and it's something you can adopt intelligently for yourself. Use supplements during an alarm phase when you change something about your training program to get the adaptations you need while your lifestyle and nutrition catch up. So what does that mean about my personal supplement list? Here are the goods. This is what I take on a regular basis. So I have a good multi and fish oil. What's that mean? Good. We'll talk about that a little more when I talk about quality versus quantity. But I have a good multi and a fish oil. I take my multi once every 2 or 3 days, and I take my fish oil once every 2 or 3 days because nutritionally, I'm consuming quite a bit of veggies on a regular basis, which means I'm getting lots of nutrients that my multi should be helping me with. And then my fish oil, similarly, I'm consuming lots of good fats for me. So my fish oil is a nice buffer or foundational thing to ensure that I've filled those gaps of omega-3s. I also keep a good protein supplement on hand for the times when I'm pressed for time and I need a quick meal replacement shake and or I really just don't feel like eating meat and I want a complete protein in my system, like post-workout. Then I have 5 other supplements that I only take at specific times. So I have a vitamin D on hand for when I'm not getting outside, like in the winter, for instance. I'm here in Colorado. The winters are pretty intense. You don't go outside with your shirt off very often, and so I'm not getting much vitamin D naturally from the sun to my skin, and so I take a vitamin D supplement in the winter. I also have a probiotic on hand for those times when I'm unable to eat like I normally do, so that it doesn't affect my gut flora very much. So for instance, the holidays are coming up and I'm going to be traveling quite a bit, and there will be lots of foods that I don't normally eat that'll be a part of my diet. So a probiotic is something I'll take during that time to ensure that my gut health stays nice and peachy through all of the different foods that I'm eating. I also have creatine monohydrate on hand when I enter a strength and or power phase, so that I've got all the creatine phosphate that I need for those high intensity, low rep lifts, so that I can get the most out of those workouts. I also have BCAAs on hand, branched chain amino acids. Those help me with recovery, and I only take those when I have an especially arduous training routine in the week. So if I have 5 or 6 days of actual weightlifting and maybe even some intense cardio or some fun activity that I did with friends that were pretty intense on my body, branched chain amino acids helps to speed that recovery and get me back into tip-top, ready-to-go shape for the next time that I work out. The last thing I keep on hand is a supplement called Generation UCAN, which is actually a pretty fascinating supplement worth spending an entire hour on some other time. You can find it online, but it's actually a complex carbohydrate supplement, and it's really nice for fasted exercise, either a long hike or weightlifting or some time on the Stairmaster. Anytime you don't want to have something heavy on your stomach, but you still wouldn't like your workout performance to drop because of the lack of carbohydrates, Generation UCAN is a great stand-in in that case for pre-workout nutrition. So that's my personal supplement list. Now, I know I said I'm a supplement minimalist, and I just listed off 8 different things that I keep on hand. But what I want you to hear is that I'm never coming to the table with a basket of 30 pill bottles and telling people that I need to take this stuff, otherwise I'm going to end up sick. These are the things that I do to supplement my nutrition, my lifestyle, and my exercise program. And these are the things that work really well for me as I'm consistently conditioned. What's really important is that when you're working out your supplement list, that it makes a lot of sense for what condition you're in, what your nutrition and lifestyle look like, and whatnot. Perhaps you eat so much fish that you won't have fish oil on your list. Fantastic. Perhaps you never travel, and so probiotics don't need to be in your pantry. Or maybe you don't really get outside in the summer either, and so you'd be taking vitamin D in the summer and the winter, as opposed to me just taking it in the winter. And maybe you find that creatine makes you retain a whole bunch of water and feel puffy, and so creatine's not going to be on your list whether or not you're on the strength and power phase. What matters is that whatever you take has a reason, and whatever you take is not trying to stand in for nutrition and exercise. So I hope it's pretty plain to you so far that I'm not looking for supplements to stand in for good nutrition, good lifestyle, and good exercise habits. Supplements can't do that for you. But everybody's looking for a magic pill, and so marketing out there will tell you that, hey, if you just take this pill, or if you just do this pre-workout, or if you just do this shake every single morning, then you're going to have 6-pack abs, you're going to feel great, you're going to be at the body fat percentage you want, and it all comes in this little bottle, no other changes necessary. That is a lie. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And the truth about health and fitness changes, which I actually talked quite a bit about in a previous podcast, changing yourself for the better requires time, energy, consistency, and intelligence. And none of those things are required to take a pill from the bottle. So that's all well and good, Alex, I can hear you saying, but how do I know what supplements I should be taking? Well, the first thing you need to know about choosing supplements is that not all supplements are created equal. I could say the same thing about food. If I had 100 calories of Twinkie in one hand and 100 calories of spinach in the other, and I said, which one's better for you? You would obviously pick the spinach. Even my child knows that spinach is better for you than Twinkies. Twinkies taste pretty dang good, but spinach has more phytonutrients, obviously, more protein, more fiber, and those are going to have really beneficial impact on your metabolism than the MSG, the processed carbs, and God knows what else is in a Twinkie, right? So quality matters more than quantity when it comes to supplementation. This is really important because if you're going to take a supplement, I want you to get the actual benefit from taking that supplement rather than just buying something that you're going to pee or poop out, right? So how do you know what is quality versus quantity? I've got a nice easy list for you when it comes to crappy supplements. The first thing you need to look for is sexy marketing. That's usually a dead giveaway that whatever's in that bottle is not worth your money. If there's six-pack abs on it, some dude flexing, some chick in a sports bra or whatever, and they're sweaty and they're in shape, that supplement is likely full of garbage. Why? Well, they spent way more money getting a model to pose for that and buying rights to that photo than they did actually formulating the supplement and paying for the quality of the formulation itself. So look for sexy marketing. If it's there, don't buy it. It's not worth your money. Second, how long has that supplement company been around under the same name? This is really important. The most trusted supplement companies on my list are things like Douglas Labs, Thorne Research, Designs for Health, and all of them are supplement companies that have been around for 30 years or more, which means they haven't had to fight a whole bunch of lawsuits. They've made a quality product that in the market people are continuing to buy what they put out, which is always a good indication that they're getting good reviews in the market. I mean, I wouldn't buy something from an eBay seller that had 1 star and lots of complaints. I mean, think about it. Would you buy something from somebody who's only been in business for about a year and has had several complaints under their belt in that time? Or would you prefer to buy something from somebody who's been in the business for 30 years and has a lot of happy customers? So, how long has the company been around? Great way to know whether or not it's a quality supplement. And then the last thing is look on the label and look for the words proprietary blend. Now, for a high quality company that's been around for a while, they'll use proprietary blend in order to hide how many milligrams of one ingredient or another ingredient they've added to make this magical concoction happen, which is fine. That's the case with Douglas Labs Relora Plus, for instance, where they mix 2 different herbs together, and they'd prefer that other people in the industry not be able to do it just like they do. And that's fine. But if there's the words proprietary blend and there are 3 or more ingredients in that proprietary blend list, then that proprietary blend list might as well say magical pixie dust, because low quality supplement companies use the words proprietary blend for 2 reasons. 1, because they legitimately do not know how much of each ingredient ended up in your canister. This is particularly true of pre-workout complexes. So if anybody's experimented with pre-workouts that have sexy packaging and proprietary blends with 20 ingredients in them, you know that from one canister to another, you get a little more of a buzz, a little more hype, a little more focus, but it's not a consistent experience. And that's because that company literally has no idea how much caffeine, how much beta-alanine, how much citrulline malate, or whatever else they've put in there has ended up in your canister. The other reason that crappy supplement companies use the words proprietary blend is because there is no third-party testing in order to ensure that what they're claiming is in their product is actually there. So under the words proprietary blend, they could say, well, there's, 3,000 milligrams of our proprietary blend in here, and it probably has this, and this in it. Who knows? So that's how you tell if the supplement company is kind of crappy. So how do you know if a supplement company is high quality? Well, in short, you get what you pay for. Most of the good quality supplements in the world are a little more expensive than the crappy stuff you'll find at the drugstore. For instance, the fish oil that I buy is about 5 times more expensive than the fish oil gummies at Target. Now, the fish oil that I buy is GMP stamped, which means good manufacturing process. Somebody has actually been to that facility, tested it, and seen that they're not dropping rats in the vat with your fish oil. Second, it's third-party tested, which means the supplement company that I purchase from actually pays somebody else to come into their facility and to test their product to ensure that the amounts that they report is in there is actually in there. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the fish oil that I'm taking has 360 milligrams of EPA in it, which is pretty fantastic. 3 of those capsules in a day, and I know I'm getting more than the recommended 1 gram of EPA, which is a therapeutic dosage of fish oil, which can improve depression symptoms, can improve energy output, which can improve insulin sensitivity, and a number of other things. The fish oil at Target doesn't say anything about EPA because they don't have third-party testing to tell how much of what omega-3 oil is actually there. They report that there are 0.1 milligrams of fish oil per gummy. What's really funny to me about that is a therapeutic dosage of fish oil is at least 1,000 milligrams of EPA. Not just 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, but 1,000 milligrams of EPA, which in most cases is half and half. So you would actually have to take about 1,000 of those gummies to get even close to a therapeutic dosage of fish oil. Here's the kicker. There's 1 gram of sugar per gummy, since high fructose corn syrup is the number one ingredient in a Target gummy fish oil. So along with your 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, you've also gotten 1,000 grams of sugar, which can't be that great for you. So all that to say, you get what you pay for. Now, buying the most expensive supplement is not the surefire way to get quality. Most good companies have a way of creating a great product and ensuring that that product is not too expensive for the population. So what specifically do you need to be looking for? You need to be looking for, one, a company that's been around 30 or more years. I just listed 3. Douglas Labs, Thorne Research, and Designs for Health are fantastic companies that have been around for a while. Second, you need to look for a GMP stamp, which means that the good manufacturing process has said that this product is manufactured in a facility that maintains good temperature, that maintains good cleanliness, that there are no foreign objects in the actual manufacturing process itself. Pretty powerful stamp. And then last but not least, you want to do some research about whether or not this supplement company is third-party tested. Do they spend some money on a third-party business to come ensure what they say is in their supplement is actually there? The last thing I want to say about quality versus quantity is that many people rightly note that the FDA doesn't really regulate the supplement industry. And so they take that as carte blanche to say all supplements are bad, I shouldn't be a part of taking them because they're unregulated. All I have to say to you is that currently FDA-approved products include Twinkies, Ritalin, McDonald's hamburgers, and Arby's sauce. Just because it's regulated doesn't mean it's good for you. And the same thing could be said about supplements in reverse. Just because it's unregulated doesn't mean that there aren't good supplements that could help you out in the world today. In fact, I personally appreciate that the supplement industry is less regulated than Twinkies because it inspires people and professionals to do a lot more research before they put it in their body. And that's exactly what I want my clients to do before they start taking supplements. Understand, is this the right stuff for you? Is this supplement going to do what we expect it to do? Is there research and precedent to prove that? And 3 months from now, can we measure the progress you've made because of introducing the supplement to your life? When everything's regulated, like food, for instance, people tend not to spend so much time thinking before they just shove it in their body because they expect it to be fine and good and healthy for them. I'll grant you that FDA regulation of Twinkies ensures that you likely won't get food poisoning, but it certainly doesn't ensure that you won't develop type 2 diabetes because of your Twinkie problem. So now that I've talked about a decent supplement philosophy, my personal supplement list, the fact that supplements can't stand in for your nutrition and exercise, and how to tell the difference between a quality supplement company and a crappy supplement company, then where should you go to research what supplements might be worth taking? There's a fantastic website. I'll put the link in the description below. It's called examine.com. examine.com. It's a wonderful company who's taken the time to compile all of the available research out there about different supplements so that all you have to do is type in the product and it will list what studies have been done on the product as well as what effects you might find from it. So for instance, I just went to examine.com and I typed in fish oil. If I type in fish oil, then at the very top, there's a choice for fish oil. Go ahead and click that. Once you click that, it actually brings you to a summary page of all of the scientific evidence for fish oil and its effects on the body. As you scroll a little further down, there's a fantastic table that actually breaks down level of evidence, outcome, magnitude of effect, consistency of research results, and then the notes on those results. So having just typed in fish oil, the top few things that fish oil seems to have the most impact on: Triglycerides. There's a strong effect of lowering triglycerides, and there are 44 studies that corroborate that finding. There's a strong level of evidence for the reduction of depression, a notable reduction in depression, and there are 23 studies with very high consistency that corroborate that information as well. And then just under that, there's a good amount of evidence that there is a minor reduction in ADHD in children. And there are 9 studies that look specifically at fish oil's effects on ADHD on children. You can click these links, you can search through them, read the research if you care to. For my part, I've done enough research into examine.com that I very much trust the stuff they compile, and they've called phooey on a lot of the supplements I used to swear by, telling me that most of what I thought was happening is simply the placebo effect, or Mike's Juice from Space Jam. So if you're confused about what supplements you should be taking, or somebody's recommended one to you and you'd like to research it further, please use examine.com to look into the research actually behind the supplement and what has actually been found as an outcome of taking it. Remember, I typed in fish oil here and examine.com is talking about lowering triglycerides. I need to buy a quality fish oil if I want to lower triglycerides. The Target gummies aren't going to do the job for me. So I hope this talk has given you some perspective about supplements and some good tools that you can use to bring your health and fitness goals to the next level. Remember, be a supplement minimalist. Remember that supplements can't stand in for good nutrition and good exercise. And remember that quality matters more than quantity in the supplement world if you actually want any benefits from that. If this was good information for you, I hope you'll put it into practice and share it with your friends. And you can help out the show now at www.defininggdadbod.com/donate. Don't worry, I'm not quitting my day job anytime soon. But the more that you're able to help, the more I'm able to spread this word through social media channels and make sure that everybody gets good information for helping them to be healthier, happier versions of themselves. Until next time, kick butt. Take names.